I gotta say something about Gronk, man.
Oh, let me hear it, man.
Wait, so you having him in the top 5, is that more of a nod to him as opposed to a slight? Okay.
No, definitely not. Yeah, I guess it's the same AB conversation. AB would have been on the list if AB was signed to a team right now. He's not. You see other teams still signing receivers, so that's why I'm just like, I don't even know if he's getting back right now, so I can't put him on the list on top of him not even playing the year before. Whereas with Gronk, he didn't play last year, but he's on a team right now. We know he's going to be out there. So that's why it's like, oh yeah, you could take a year off and still be a top 5 guy, because I know once you get back out there, all I need is one game to see, oh, all right, he's back, and he's right back at the top of this list. So that's why, like I said, it's a nod to him that he could take a whole year off, because let's be real, if Kelsey or Kittle take a year off, I don't know how I feel just right out the gate, or even Mark Andrews, who I got in the top 5.
That's just how dominant Gronk is, man.
Exactly. Like, Gronk is that type of player. So, yeah, I didn't have an issue. Even when I think you had him at 3, right?
I got him at 3.
Yeah, I didn't have an issue with any of that. It was just, for me, he's going to be up there. But when I think of Kelsey, Kittle, and Ertz off of the years they've been having,
yeah,
I'm like, man, even when Gronk was playing, they were still like in that same little bubble. Not saying that they were on the same level as Gronk, but they were in the conversation with him. So you take a year off.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, those guys have to be ahead of you. That's how I looked at it.
You gave him that top 5 spot as almost as a salute, like, Gronk, you belong here. And this is just for any doubters to Gronk being in the top 5 and top 3 for me. I know I said it whenever he first signed too. You could have said, "Oh man, is that a knee-jerk reaction?" Deke saying, "Oh man, Gronk's in the top 3," but you look at his last year: 682 yards, 3 touchdowns. That was only 13 games, and that was supposedly his worst year.
Well, I mean, not only was his worst year, but we saw he was like super beat up too the whole year, man.
Well, there's that, and my point is too. I like to do the average over 16 games, whatever. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start just saying yards per game, because that's going to be easier to say whenever I do the whole 16 games thing. I think it gets too convoluted. But anyway, that would have been 840 yards, and that's in his worst year. Banged up, all this other type of stuff. Yeah. Let's not forget, too, in his supposed worst year, had an awesome playoff run where Brady was still trusting him down the stretch, making big plays. And you could even I looked up highlights from that year, too. Dude, he
had the 2 big catches in the AFC Championship game, and
Kansas
he had
City.
the one in the Super Bowl versus the Rams as well.
I know.
Yeah, he was.
Big
the
catches.
Spark. Yeah, that was the game-changing plays in both of those games. Was his catches.
Big catches. He had 5. What's this? I can't read this, dude. I don't have my glasses. 6 or 5 receptions, 79 yards in the Kansas City game. 6 receptions, 87 yards in the Super Bowl. Like I said, all being unhealthy and supposed on a down year. Took a year off. Now he's healthy. He's always been a force in terms of blocking and just someone that can't be reckoned with here.
Yeah.
So that's why I think Gronk is still top 3. You have the connection with Brady down in Tampa. Both are in unfamiliar territory. So what do you do when you're in a little bit unfamiliar territory, a little bit uncomfortable? You go with with that comfort. You try to seek out your main target there and know what's going to work. So that's why I got Gronk in top 5. Anyone that's doubting him, just don't doubt the Gronk and Brady connection. I've seen it too many times. I've seen it.
He's top 5, man. Like, his talent speaks for itself. His productivity speaks for itself. His longevity speaks for itself. I mean, it's a reason why this dude's going to be a Hall of Famer when he retires, man. It's because he's part of that 2010 draft class. But that's neither here nor there. Dude's a beast, man. Period.